All right, welcome. My name's Ariffa. I'm a yoga teacher and I'm going to be guiding you through your practice. Today we're going to do a flow. You just need yourself, a yoga mat if you have it, blocks, books, blankets, props, pillows, whatever you have handy that makes your practice a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more breathable is perfect. And there's a playlist linked below so you can hit send on it or listen to whatever you want. Let's get started. So today's practice, we're going to start on our belly. So make your way down onto your abdomen, get any props out of the way. And you're gonna suss out right off the bat if this is a comfortable position for your lower back. If you're feeling any resistance, any extra compression that's not feeling great, then you can bend your knees up, bring them a little bit wider, and then let your heels knock in towards one another. And let's start whichever expression you've chosen. Let's start with the right cheek down towards the ground. Letting your arms fall a little bit heavier. You can stack your palms and rest your temple and your cheek down, the right cheek down towards your hands. And just take these first few moments as always just to address and assess what's going on in your physical body. We often work from, our most dense layers of attention, what we feel in our tissues and our muscles and our bones and our joints. And then we start to ease our way a little bit deeper. But for now, just feel what you feel in terms of the weight of your bones falling a little bit heavier down towards the earth. Where you feel each time you press a breath into the body, where that makes contact with the earth below you, through the chest, through the belly, through even maybe the hips. You might feel a sense of rising, expansion. And then with every out breath, where you might feel a little bit more weightiness, more of gravity pulling your body in, holding you, embracing you. You might develop a different relationship with the pulse under your skin, the beat of your heart, because you can almost tangibly feel it, like there's a communication going between the earth that is holding you and your own earth, your bones, your density. And so start to deepen your breath as you deepen your attention to what you feel. Making as much contact as you can, front body, earth side. And let's switch cheeks, roll your forehead to the backs of your palms and bring your left cheek down towards the ground now. And then fall right back into paying attention. And hopefully as we do this, as we deepen our intent to the breathing, to our presence, any resistance, any holding back, like any tightening in the muscles that doesn't need to be there, starts to fall away. As though if on some level the body recognizes that it's close to the earth now. There's not that far to fall. So it can really start to relax. Feel held, soften around the edges. Pay attention to what you're feeling in terms of sensation through the muscles, through the joints. And then it's often through these, quiet moments that we actually get to deeply understand what's happening in our body. It's not in the hustle and the movement and the constant going. And it's here when we stop and start to listen. Okay, make something like a diamond with your pointer fingers and your thumbs. Bring your forehead down so that your brow line kind of rests onto the bony knuckles of your thumbs. And you can stay here deep breathing, or we might use a little bit of sound, a little bit of vibration. So wherever you are, however you are, we'll do 3 Brahmari breaths. So it's a deep breath in and then like a humming outwards. So we'll start, you can follow, inhale fully. Again, breathe in. One last one. Inhale fully. And take a moment to let that land. And then gently release your hands from underneath of your forehead. Keep your forehead down towards the ground. We'll bring the fingertips wide off of your mat or off of your center. Fingertips tent, so the palms of your hands are puckered and the elbows point sharp up to the sky. And then if your feet are wide, stretch them straight back behind you, so hips and knees and toes are in one line. You don't need to hug your legs all the way together, but make sure there's an activity as though you're squeezing the inner thighs towards the midline. Keep your neck relaxed, and then we'll set up from the roots, so root down through the toenails to the tops of your feet. Squeeze your thighs, press them down so that you can feel your kneecaps lift. And if there's a little pocket of air underneath of your hip bones, press that down too so that you can feel your front body sinking and pressing down in towards the earth. Keep that heaviness, especially through the pelvis. Now curl your chin in towards your chest. Put a little bit of pressure into your fingertips and drag your heart forward and then up. Roots, toes, thighs, hips are still pressing down as you lift. Take your breath in. And then as you exhale, chin comes forward, shoulders and elbows roll back as your heart comes all the way down towards the ground. Okay, we'll do that a little bit quicker with less words. Root down the tops of your feet, your thighs, your hips. Curl your chin into your chest, plug into your fingertips and rise up. King Cobra, like you're stretching your chest forward and out of your pelvis. And then as you exhale, release your chin forward, heart forward, and all the way down to the ground. One more, just like that. Root tops of feet, thigh bones, hip bones, chin to chest, rise up. Good, as you exhale, heart forward and all the way down. Placing your palms by your ribs, inhale your breath, tuck your chin, tuck your toes. And as you exhale, use the strength of your upper body to press you back into child's pose. We'll stay for a few. You can keep your toes curled or untuck them so the tops of your feet get some of your breath. Maybe lay your forehead down to the ground or stack palms so back of your neck can relax. Feel like a widening across your back body. Try to reach your breath into the pot of your belly. Okay, when you feel ready, bring your arms forward. Stretch so that your hands are a little bit wider than shoulder width distance, and we'll come on forward to hands and knees, tabletop position. And keep your toes curled in and under now. Start with tipping your tailbone up towards the sky, then drop your belly, drop your ribs, and from that motion, lift your chest, lift your gaze, full breath in. And then as you exhale, round your lower back first, root your tailbone down, press your lower back wide, press your upper back wide, curl your chin in towards your chest. Full exhale breath. And then be moved on the rhythm of your breath just like this. So as you inhale, tailbone tips up, then the heart. And as you exhale, root your tailbone down, and the rest of your spine follows suit all the way until the crown of your head. As you breathe, rounding and reversing. And starting to invite the movement to the outer edges of your ribs, your hips, your shoulders. Leaning your weight from one hand to the other. Swiveling the hips, letting the spine and ribs be really fluid-like. Switch directions or stay with what feels good. As long as there's breath. Okay, come back into your tabletop position. Shoulders over top of wrists. Tuck your chin in towards your heart. And then do the same with your ribs. Tuck them in towards your spine so that you can feel some activation coming through your front body. Keep that. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, just plug into your fingertips until your kneecaps float like 1 millimeter. And then again, there's strength through your front body. We'll keep it. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, keep your knees that soft as you stretch up and back into downward facing dog. Hips go high. Root forward and down through your fingertips. Root back in with your ribs. And then rise up through the creases of your hips. Let the head fall just a little bit heavier. And maybe a little bit heavier than that. Okay, let's come forward to a high plank pose. So first come up onto your tippy toes, then firm up your thighs, root your tailbone to the space between your heels, claw down into your fingertips, round your upper back until you come forward, shoulders over wrists. The very, very tip of your inhale you align so that head is reaching forward, heels are reaching backwards. And then as you exhale, soften into your knees, stretch your hips up and back. It's like you're stretching your heart forward as you're stretching your hip creases back, and then you land finally downward facing dog. Go again, waving the spine from the tips of your toes to your high plank pose. And as you exhale, reverse. Nice to soften into your knees, drag your hips back as you drag your heart forward. One more just like that, rounding forward, deep breath in. And as you exhale, downward facing dog, hips go back. Let's take a full inhale breath. And exhale, you can sigh or just sound it out. Okay, ripple forward, high plank pose as you inhale. Firm up the tops of your thighs. Root your tailbone back, root the crown of your head forward. And then keep the plank as you exhale, just point your right toes straight back. Three-legged downward facing dog. As you inhale, the right heel reaches up to the sky. And as you exhale, curl your knee in towards your nose, round up through your upper back, and place your right foot between your thumbs. The back knee comes down to the ground. So make sure that your front knee is over your front heel. Feet are on two separate lines, about a hip's width distance. Then inner thighs squeeze towards the midline. Let's rise up through both arms to the low lunge. Shoulders are soft, even if that means that arms come a little bit wider. Maybe press the back of your skull back, chin in towards the heart, really humble. Take one more breath in here. And then as you exhale, slow motion like, hands come down to frame your front foot. It would be handy to have some blocks nearby if you needed to bring the earth closer up to you. The breath out drags your hips back, curls the right toes up towards the sky. Ardha Hanuman, the half splits pose. Notice that you're not leaning far off towards the left side here. Try to stay through center. Plug forward through your right big toe mound, the foot is flexed, and carve back through the outer edge of your right hip. You can tuck your chin, see if you can get a little bit longer through your spine here. Take a deep breath in to find some space. And then as you exhale, fold down a little bit deeper. Hello to the hamstring. And then we'll bend into the front knee. Lift your back knee up off of the ground. Keep your hips low and inner thighs engaged. Left fingertips stay down towards the ground. Peel your right elbow up and then follow with your right fingertips twisting. Take a full breath in. Then as you exhale, right hand comes down towards the ground. Left toes lift up and off of the earth. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, step and fold. Top of your mat, head goes heavy. You can place your hands onto your shins, bend your knees enough to halfway lift your spine. Take a deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, forward fold, soften knees so that your belly and ribs can fall onto your thighs. Let's go again. Lean into your heels, bend your knees, lengthen your spine. Doesn't matter how soft your knees are bent. And then as you exhale, forward fold again, dropping your head, dropping your arms. One more time, halfway lift. And one more time, forward fold. Heavy, heavy over your thighs. Let's roll up to rise up. Anchor into your heels, bending your knees, rounding, rounding. And as you rise, reach your fingertips up towards the sky and draw your left knee up into your chest. Relax your shoulders, relax your ribs in. As you exhale, see if you can cactus bend your arms and reach your left heel forwards. Yeah. As you inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale slowly, hands can come towards your heart, micro bend into your right knee, and bring your left heel back behind you. Activate through the whole back line, so back of your left leg is working to lift. Strength along your spine, chin stays in, take a breath in. And then as you exhale, left toes land to the very, very back of your mat. High onto your tippy toes or the ball mound. Inner thighs squeeze, the back knee staying lifted. So you press down into the feet and rise up through the arms. High crescent lunge, full breath in. I'll just stay and soften in as you exhale. And being patient with the muscles up along the top of your left thigh. Being patient so that eventually once we warm and once we move through a few times, there will be depth. There'll be a little bit more lightness too. No hurry or rush. Take one more deep breath in, maybe gaze comes up. And then as you exhale, plant your palms down towards the ground. Lift your right heel up towards the sky. Take three-legged downward facing dog as you breathe in. And as you exhale, bring your knee in towards your nose, rounding your upper back. Step back into high plank pose. Land all 10 toes to the back of your mat. Breathe in. And then as you exhale, knees down, child's pose. Hips go to the heels. Letting your upper back widen again. And letting your forehead sink down. Let's roll on forward to high plank pose. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Let's meet with the inhale. And exhale, audible sigh, go ha. And grip down into your fingertips. Roll your spine forward to your high plank pose. Full breath in. And as you exhale, keep the plank, squeeze your right butt and float your left toes backwards. Three-legged downward facing dog, left heel high, deep breath in. And as you exhale, curl your knee in towards your nose, rounding your upper spine and placing your left foot between your thumbs. Bring your back knee down, press down, rise up, low lunge, inhale. And as you exhale, again, soften, settle your ribs in, soften your shoulders down, soften your face, soften your jaw, so that there's space to rise from the roots, from the soles of your feet, up your spine, up through your fingertips. We'll take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, hands come down, hips shift back, Ardha Hanuman, the half splits pose. Plugging forward again, left big toe mound, carving back, left hip crease. Tuck the chin so that there's length through the back of your neck. No need to force or struggle. Relax and soften what you can. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Bend your front knee. Lift your back knee. Keep your inner thighs engaged. Right fingertips stay down. Then the left elbow and left fingertips trace up to the twist for a full breath in. Stay for your exhale 2. Rotate right ribs up towards the left. One more inhale here. As you exhale, placing left hand down, right toes float. Squeeze inner thighs. Reach the heel back, heart forward, deep breath in. And with your exhale, step and fold, top of your mat, head super heavy. Halfway lifting, long breath in. And exhale, forward fold, head heavy, knees can bend as much as you need. Let's go again to roll up and rise. Weight is in your heels. Fingertips, shoulder tips, super heavy. Once you come upright, root into your left heel. Rise your right knee up to your chest as you reach your fingertips up. And as you exhale, cactus your arms and reach your right heel forward. Left thigh bone presses back. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, hands come forward, right heel goes backwards. Micro bend your left knee, root into your left heel. Use your right hamstring and glute and back body to lift your back leg a little bit higher. Hands can come to heart. One more deep breath in. And then slowly as you exhale, bend more into your left knee. Land your right tippy toes to the back of your mat. Press down, rise up, high lunge, breathing in. And as you exhale, soften, settle, breathe. And again, a little bit of patience as you sink a little heavier into your lunge, feeling into the top of your right thigh, lengthening, left hip strengthening, inner thighs engaging. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, hands come down. Three-legged, downward facing dog, left heel high, up and back. For the breath in. Knee to nose, round in as you breathe out. High plank, full inhale. And as you exhale, child's pose, knees go down, hips go back, forehead lands. Let's stay for the in-breath. And as you exhale, let it go. Rock your forehead side to side. And we'll see how that feels on breath. Come on forward, high plank pose on the tips of your toes, breathing in. Downward facing dog, full breath out. Breathe in. And exhale. Okay, high plank, come on forward, shoulders over wrists as we inhale. Keep the plank, exhale, right toes point backwards. Three-legged as you inhale, right heel high. Breathe out, knee to nose, place right foot between your thumbs, back knee comes down. Arms reach up, look up, inhale. Hands down, half splits, exhale. For the twist, bend your front knee, lift your back knee, right elbow, right fingertips sweep up, take a breath in. And as you exhale, right hand comes down, left toes lift up off of the ground, inhaling here. And as you exhale, step forward, fold forward, head heavy. Halfway lifting, long breath in. And as you exhale, forward fold. Roll up to rise up, head heavy, fingertips heavy, shoulder tips heavy. And you rise, root into your right foot, draw your left knee up, arms up, take a breath in. And as you exhale, cactus your arms and reach your left heel forward. And we'll take an inhale here. And as you exhale, arms, hands come to heart, or arms gather forward. Micro bend right knee. Take a full inhale. And as you exhale, left toes land backwards, feet at the hips with distance. One inhale to rise up, air out through your front body, high lunge, breathe in. And as you exhale, hands come down, three-legged downward facing dog. Breathing in. Knee to nose, breathing out. High plank, shoulders over wrists, take a deep inhale. Child's pose, knees down, hips back, full breath out. Inhaling. And exhale, settle in. Round forward, high plank, breathe in. And downward facing dog, full breath out. Inhale. And let it go. High plank, firm up your thighs, squeeze to the midline, deep breath in. Keep the plank as you exhale, left toes point backwards. Three-legged downward facing dog, left heel high, inhaling. And as you exhale, curl knee to nose, pause and place, left foot between your thumbs, back knee comes down, arms rise up, low lunge inhaling. And as you exhale, hands down, half splits. Inhale for the twist, bend front knee, lift back knee, lift left arm high, take an inhale. And as you exhale, left hand down, right toes float. Inhale. Stand fold, top of your mat, exhale your breath. Roll up to rise up, dig into your heels, bend your knees, heavy head, heavy arms. When you rise, rise the gaze, rise the arms, rise the right knee into your chest. And as you exhale, cactus your arms, press your right heel forward for the inhale. And as you exhale, arms forward or hands to heart. As you sweep your right heel back through space, keep your chest lifted like up dog for a breath in. And then as you exhale, slowly bend into left knee, land right toes, rise up, reach up, high lunge, breathe in. And as you exhale, hands come down, three-legged, downward facing dog, left heel high. Inhale. Knee to nose, exhale. High plank, breathe in. And child's pose, knees down, hips back, forehead lands. You can keep the toes tucked or untuck them. And we'll meet for a breath in. And let go of your exhale. And so you take the quiet moment we have here to again ask, how are we doing on our level of sensation? Have we moved into an attention to our emotions, into our minds, into our thoughts, our reactions, our responses? And all the activity, all the movement, all the stimulation is to do just that. To shake us from our steady state so that we might catch a glimpse of what's underneath. So take this moment to observe. If there's a story lying underneath. Let's take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Okay, don't freak out, but we're going to do that one more time. to smooth out the edges. Please bring your hands forward if they're not on your next inhale. And give it one more heavy sigh breath. Grip into your fingers, round forward, high plank, inhaling. Downward facing dog, hips go high, full breath out. Stay for your inhale here. And let go with an exhale. Round forward, high plank, breathe in. Keep the plank as you exhale, right toes back. Three-legged downward facing dog, inhaling. And as you exhale, knee to nose, place right foot between your thumbs. Back knee down, both arms rise, deep breath in. And as you exhale, hands down, half splits. Breathing in, take the twist, front knee bends, back knee lifts, right arm high to the sky. As you exhale, right hand comes down, left toes float. Breathing in. And breathing out, step fold, top of your mat. Halfway lift, we lengthen. Breathe out, fold in. Slow roll up to rise. Heavy, heavy through the head, fingertips, shoulder tips. Root down into your right foot and draw your left knee up to the sky. Reach your arms up, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale one last time, sweep your left heel back behind you, arms gather forward, maybe palms connect. Take the breath in. And as you exhale, slowly, sweetly bend into your right knee, land your left toes back, rise your arms up, high lunge, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, hands touch down, three-legged downward facing dog, right heel high up and back. Fill up your breath in. Knee to nose, full breath out. High planking, inhale. Knees down, child's pose, exhale. Right away, high plank, inhale, breath. Downward facing dog, exhale, breath. Fill up, breathing in. And exhale, let it go. Forward, high plank, inhale. Float the left toes, exhale. Three-legged on the in-breath. Knee to nose, exhale, breath. Placing left foot between the thumbs, back knee comes down and both arms rise. Low lunge, breathe in. Exhale, hands down, hips back. Twist, bend your front knee, lift your back knee, right hand down, left arm high. Inhale, breath. And as you exhale, left hand down, right toes float. Inhale, breath. And as you exhale, step fold, top of your mat. For the lengthening, halfway lift, breathe in. Breathing out, fold down. Roll up, rise up. Rooting down into your left foot, draw your right knee up into your chest, arms sweep to the sky, breathe in. And as you exhale, slowly, slowly, hands come forward, right heel goes backwards, palms can connect, keep your heart airy and light for the breath in. And as you exhale, slowly step right toes all the way back. One full inhale in your high lunge pose. And as you exhale, hands come down, three-legged downward facing dog with the left heel high. Inhale, breath. Knee to nose, exhale, breath. All 10 toes land back, breathing in. And as you exhale, knees down, hips back, child's pose. Settle in, hips go a little heavier. Land your forehead or stack your palms. Again, just one final moment to feel, to to acknowledge if there's any residue. And whatever you find, whatever is present here, that's collectively, wherever, however you are, take a deep breath in. And let a sigh sweetly go. And with it, anything that doesn't feel like it's yours to carry, to hold on to. Let's bring the knees a little wider, crawl your hands forward on your next breath in. And as you exhale, bring both hands off and over towards the right side. I like to stack the left hand over top of the right hand, interlace the fingers, and bring your left cheek or left forehead, both foreheads, down towards the ground. Breathing, breathing. Take one more full breath in and just give it a moment of pause. And then exhale, letting it go. Release, bring yourself back through to center. And then as you exhale to the other side, hands crawl left. You can stack your right hand on top of your left one, interlace your fingers that way, and rest your forehead down, cheek down. Noticing where the breath is landing right now. It's just a simple way to come back into this body. How and where do you feel the breath? One more deep breath in. And exhale. Come back through center. Gently ease your way up onto your shins, or if there's another comfortable seated position you'd like to take, you can also do this from your back. We'll reach the arms out wide as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, wrap your right arm underneath of your left arm, maybe just once, so that you can hook on to the inside edges of your shoulder blades and pull them a little bit wider apart. And you may feel every time you breathe in, the tension increases through the upper back, and you just grip on so that when the exhale comes, with it goes any extra holding that doesn't need to be. Last few breaths, you can cross your forearms too if you'd like. Back again and again to the qualities of breath, your experience with the breath. Take your last breath in the shape, and then as you exhale, we release. And roll out your shoulders, reach your arms wide, take a breath in, and then as you exhale, opposite arm underneath. You can hold the inside edges of your shoulder blades for a few breaths. It should feel really good just to feel into where some of these tight muscles attach to the shoulder blade. Paying attention to the breaths in and out and where they land and how they land. For the last few breaths, you can cross your forearms, reach your elbows forward as you press your skull bone back. Play with the angles. Take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, let it go. Rock your shoulders. Feel the rebound and the release, and then we'll come down onto our backs. Draw your knees into your chest once you arrive. Give yourself a squeeze and a rock and a sway side to side. drawing out circles along your sacrum. And again, just these sites for where so much tension attaches. Okay. Feet can come nice and wide to the outer rails of your mat. Let your knees fall in towards one another. And we'll just stay for a while to invite some breath now into the pot of the belly before we take Savasana. So hands can rest onto your belly if that feels okay for you, or just a little bit of attention to that area of your body. And before we change anything, breathe as you've been breathing and just notice if there's breath that collects under your palms more willingly, or if you feel it more around your neck or the upper cavity of your chest. Nothing's right or wrong, we're just kind of observing. But see if for this next breath that you draw into your body, if you can start it with rising the belly underneath the palms of your hands. So expand your belly, then take your breath in. Feel it rising to the base of your palate. And then as you exhale, let the breath empty out in that same way. So contract abdominals, let your chest soften, skull softens. Let's go again like that. So increase your abdominal cavity and the breath kind of rushes in. And as you exhale, let it go in that same way. Belly, heart, and all the little spaces in between. And we'll do one more time to fill up the abdomen. The chest, the ribs, the space between your ribs. Under the collarbones to the crown of your head, fill up. And as you exhale, empty, soften. Okay. You can stay in this shape or stretch one leg out and then the other. Stretch one wing out and then the other. Let your body sink in Savasana, so the bones, the dense matter starts to give way. And we don't need to hold on. Maybe revisiting this relationship with the force of gravity. If there's any resistance, remember that you are held, so you can relax. And then, our more subtle systems start to listen in. The physical body can find a way to relax, and maybe so too can the emotional body, so too can our attachment to our thoughts. The nervous system starts to get this abundance of information that we're okay, that we feel safe and held. And we don't have to try so hard. So let go of any control now. Let yourself drop. Control of the breath. Let it be in its own cadence. Because it will continue to flow without our control. And so will the heart will continue to beat without any of our input. And so too may things just continue to flow on as they are meant to, as they're designed to. You fall into this space of trust, be still, and I'll bring you back in a few. Begin to gently bring yourself back with breath. Captivated by the sensations, the buzz, the hum under your skin. You may rock your head side to side. Move your body out of its sleepy, restful state. And when you feel ready in your own divine timing, let's meet in a seat. And place one hand onto your heart and one to the belly, the ribs. Fall into this state of trust, heavy heldness. We'll seal today with just a clear, open breath. Inhale fully and exhale. Thank you. Namaste.